You can't see my pants, right? See what I told you? You should have pushed the table.
The table is fine, it's not the problem.
Before we get started, can they see my pants?
No, they cannot see your pants.
I don't want them to see my pants.
No, I zoomed in far enough.
I told my wife I wear my nice dress pants, and I don't want to let her down. I'm wearing shorts because it's hot in here, quite frankly.
Yeah, I know, it's hot as heck because we have to turn off the freaking AC so that
I don't
we
think
can't.
it's a big problem. I have an air on.
It is because the sound won't be crystal clear. That's like one of the only things this channel is known for.
The clear sound?
Yes, that's like the only thing I care about!
I'm having a heat stroke.
Welcome to the Breen Connection.
We talk about the Neil Breen movies and how it's connected. I made the title, you see. It's real simple. It's basically we're
going to be discussing a theory that we've had. If you've seen a couple of the latest Bottom of the Barrel episodes in which we reviewed Neil Breen's films, and in the reviews we kind of like talked about how some of them might be connected, but enough is enough. So the three of us got together one day and said enough is enough, and we pretended to watch the movies again, and we've concocted a whole big chart thing of how every single movie Neil Breen has made is connected in the Neil Breen cinematic universe.
Look out, because this time we're pulling all the stuff.
So the release order is Double Down in 2005, I Am Here, Now in 2009, Fateful Findings in 2012, and Pass Through in 2014. But in sequential order, if you rearrange those a little bit, it comes out to Fateful Findings, Double Down, Pass Through, and I Am Here.
Now, that's the theory anyways, is that it's all in a different order and it's all one story, and what they gave us is a lie. It's all one guy in there. He goes through some stuff, and in the end it's makes some sense when you look right down at it.
Now,
The whole reason that you watch a movie and you'll be like, what? Wow, what was that? Is because he threw it together out of order so that you can put it together later with your friends, your family, your spouse, significant other, dog. You can just get it together. You can watch them all, and when it all comes out, it makes sense. It makes so much sense.
sort of like Memento. For any of you who have seen that, it's a Christopher Nolan movie where
I, for one, haven't.
Guy Pearce plays a character who has short-term memory, and the movie is played in two separate storylines. One's playing like the scenes in order, and one's playing it in reverse, and it all sort of converges on one point at the end of the movie. And so I kind of feel that like that's what Neil Breen's doing, but
That sounds terrible.
Fateful Findings. It sort of sets up everything. He gets his new wife and he hacks the government. They're like two big main things for the overarching story that we need to discuss.
In Double Down, we see what happens after Fateful Findings. His wife, his true love, has been killed by the government. And Breen takes up hacking to an even further level while hiding from the government under a new name.
But not before he shows us that sweet in the pool scene. Put it up.
I don't think I'm allowed to. YouTube will take that down. So then pass-throughs where things get a little bit shaky because, we're right in the middle of this whole thing that's going on, so we don't know all the answers just yet. But we have a couple different theories. My main theory is that somewhere between Double Down and Pass Through, Neil Breen's been like hiding out from the government, and he can't really go anywhere. So like if he gets injured, he can't go to a hospital, so he's got to like repair his parts. And that's how he becomes an artificial intelligence, because he's more machine than man at this point.
All he knows is machine.
Yeah, and that's how, like, when he descends to heaven at the end of the movie or something, God uses him as a vessel instead of, like, a human to come back down and I Am Here Now to cause judgment on the 6 politicians.
And alternatively, it could just be that he caught himself getting ready to die, so he put he made an AI and looks like himself. It might not even be him anymore.
In the beginning of the movie Pass Through, Neil Breen takes the heroin. So I believe that every movie after that, all the events that occur are his own tripping. In I Am Here Now, Neil Breen takes clothing from heroin users, symbolizing the heroin that Neil Breen is on.
Ooh, they're all shooting up.
Interesting. And like we said, Neil Breen's still making movies, so there's definitely many other rooms of how this stuff can all fit together, but I just truly believe that he will. If that's not crazy enough, we got more stuff coming up after this commercial break.
We got commercials.
What commercials
Yeah.
are there?
What are we showing?
Alright, welcome back to the Breen Connection. And so now we're going into some other things that maybe didn't make much sense, but after we talk some words, they will become clearer like a pair of glasses. There are multiple times in Fateful Findings and Double Down where a pair of black shoes with black pants walks up and then disappears. And we never really realized why. And that's not until Pass Through where the artificial intelligence gets the power to do that. He has like wormhole power or something, and he can travel to different dimensions. And so that's why it keeps showing up in these different Neil Breen productions.
He's the black guy.
Yeah, without actually doing blackface, because Neil Breen's just awesome like that.
What's that mean, blackface?
It's like and if that ain't crazy enough for you, there's also a reoccurring theme of the number 6 in both Fateful Findings and I Am Here.
Right.
Now, Neil Breen kills 6 politicians. He is responsible for 6 of their deaths. In Fateful Findings, they kill themselves, but there's 6 of them total. And then in I Am Here,
Now,
there's 6 politicians that he kills on his own wooden crosses. But not only that, there's also 6 crosses like just in the middle of the desert, I guess to symbolize the 6 people that he's going to kill later, but also 6 baby heads just lying randomly in the middle of the desert. I have no idea what any of that could possibly mean, but I know that Neil Breen will explain in the future movies. And besides those big things that appear in all the movies, there's also the little details that appear in them too. Like how the jacket from Double Down is in a cave in Pass Through. I think we theorize that's how like maybe Neil Breen was hiding out in a cave and that's where he left it. Did he just keep it like that after Double Down? Or?
he might have just kept up medals that could have been real.
Yeah.
I think he sold it to get more drugs.
Again with the drug thing, because, okay, and it's the tiger.
Yes, the
Like
tiger.
when you're on heroin and you see tigers, like a tiger's like your friend. There's gonna be another one of these.
Neil Breen is currently
At it again,
getting 5th
pulling out
movie.
all the stops, making his 5th movie.
Currently titled Twisted, but I think he said that's gonna change. That's just a placeholder name or something.
What we wanted to talk about is where in the timeline is there going to be a 5th movie? It could be at the end, after I'm Here Now, and
Too quick. Try again.
I'm gonna keep going. It could be maybe I think between Double Dragon here and Pass Through, it could be him building a robot man, or him becoming a robot man, or maybe it could even be before Fateful Findings, but I don't know about that. What I think, personally, it's going to be between Double Up and Pass Through. It's going to be a nice little...
Alright, well, that's all we got for you on this edition of the Breen Connection. We'll see you on the next episode when Neil Breen spikes up again in our lives on his YouTube page with the trailer or the movie, and we will continue discussing the Neil Breen cinematic universe here on the Breen Connection. Good night, folks. Oh, man, we got that one done.
Throwing a stupid line at the end. I was gonna say something like, as always, thanks for watching. Wipe your assholes, children. Stupid, but it's probably good I didn't.
Power of editing, man.
Huh? Do you
Power
want
of
me to?
editing. I mean, we can. I mean, I could just put it in there right now.
You do like a credits thing and it just comes back to that. Alright.